Tembisa or Mambisa, however way you want to call it, it is home of the gentle and not so gentle giants. Today, we follow Moses.
Before I started buying my own records, I had no choice but to listen to Monk and all that my father played. From my early ages, Horace Silver, Wynton Kelly, those are people I listened to without, any choice because the music was in the house, so I had to hear it. When I started buying my own records, I went on the one person who, for me, had what I'm looking for and had the sound that I wanted to have and grow on top of is Herbie Hancock.
You're probably wondering, how did I do that?
There are albums of him with Josh Benson at a very early age, like they were 24 or something when they did that album, and it just blew my mind.
Music is a story about life, and it's a story about heart. Nobody wants to hear C-sharp major with a sharp 11th. All these technical things, that's not music, that's craft.
That really influenced me, and the way he approaches music, the way he approaches comping, the way he approaches improvisation. I love everything that he does. In his experiments, the way he experiments with different styles of music. Watermelon Man and Chameleon, which he did, I think, in the 70s or so, and they were his then. And even the young rap guys are still using his material today.
Check it out now. I got you stuck off the realness.
Herbie Hancock comes out tops in my line of in inspirational pianist. So from home, Begim Seleku, who for me also successfully matched African music and jazz. He writes a Begim Seleku style of music. He's a very, very special person, also spiritual. He actually left music for about 2 years to go into a Buddhist temple.
There's different ways of looking at it. There are people who are, maybe touched by the spiritual side of the music, right? Which has nothing to do much with technique, though technique can help. But otherwise, other than that, to be honest, I have a limitation as a musician musically. But this has nothing to do with the spiritual feeling that I generate to music, because there's many other musicians who are so good technically, but they're very blocked, So, so talking from a musical point of view, even also from a spiritual point of view, I still need to let go more and open myself, purify myself more for the complete whole spirit to come through and work through me.
But there are musicians who spiritually are at a very high level. I was concerned on what musicians really are. I find that musicians have a certain spiritual element that comes out through their music, and I find that Begim Selegu, somehow I haven't really sat down with him and found out from him, but I feel that he may be able to explain a lot of things to me. He's a multi-instrumentalist. He plays every instrument, and he doesn't just play it. He can go and he can decide to become a full-time saxophone player, or a full-time guitar player, or a full-time drummer, So I think spiritually he's at a very high level for him to learn all those instruments and master them in this lifetime. To me, tells me that he's been here before, maybe 2-3 times before. And I love his music also, the way he uses traditional music and fuses it with jazz, and he just brings out a certain element. And in my music as well, I try and do the same thing. So it's following in the lines of two people, that's Herbie and Herbie Hancock. And then there's Abdullah, who my grandfather reminded me of him, or I don't know, now that he's gone, I think he reminds me of my grandfather, because he used to play that kind of Marabi style. It's music from a certain era, a certain age that's been preserved. Abdullah also is an innovator, in his composition style, and his simplicity. I love his simplicity.
That was another episode of Role Icons. Play your part. Be an icon.